Yo bros, this is We The Play of W2P Extra, and welcome to my first shiny hunt in Pokemon Legends ZA. But it's not my first shiny. First off, I did manage to find a shiny Electrike at one point. And second... I kinda screwed up. So, I am trying to make up for yesterday's blunder by catching another shiny. This would technically be my third shiny, but the first one was kind of scripted. Oh yeah, I forgot. ZA spoilers. Sorry, I should have mentioned that ahead of time. I didn't write that down in the description. I'm such a good YouTuber. So, there were other things I was gonna focus on, but, I'm not gonna do that right now. I do not remember what the area is called. Also, my Pokemon need to kind of heal. Good job, me. I'm very good at everything I do. Just every single blasted thing. But I forgot what the wild area is called. I believe it is here. Yes. Area 5. Now, I've only seen one person talk about this. That's not to say there aren't other people who have mentioned it. But there's an exploit that you can do in this game. First off, the game developers came up with something kind of a little crazy. Every time you go into a quote-unquote loading zone, and trust me, there's only so many loading zones in this game, it will reset all the encounters, except the Pokemon that are shiny. In fact, the shiny Pokemon can show up when it transitions from day to night. A lot of Pokemon, including alphas, change their position, may disappear when it turns a certain part of the day. But not shinies, nope, they stay right where they are. Now, I don't know if that applies to alpha shinies. That could be the exception. So off to Area 3 I go. The idea is that I am just going to go up and down the stairs constantly. There's no effing way. There's no way! Hold on! I need to bring up the face cam. There's no way a shiny just showed up! Come on! No! No, it's too cold in my apartment. No! Where is it? Where is it? Is it Pikachu? Oh my gosh, it's Pikachu. How? I want to use this. Ow. I want to use this as an opportunity to test something else out. Stop. Stop. Is that the shiny? Nope. Well, first off, we're gonna test to see if saving while there's a shiny on the screen works. So, good job me. I was trying to switch to a Premier Ball because I wanted to kind of see if it was possible to catch a Pokemon, a shiny, in a single ball without weakening it. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. Okay, all I'm gonna do... Did you get over here? All I'm gonna do is throw this Premier Ball at Shiny Pikachu. I am convinced there's my Electrike, by the way. I am convinced that in this game, you get a guaranteed capture of the shiny Pokemon. I really want to test that theory out, but we're not done. Even though I just caught a shiny Pikachu, just found one, without any... This is not scripted. This is not scripted. This is not scripted. This is not flippin' scripted. So, the idea is that I keep going up and down the stupid stairs. It should reset what Pokemon can show up. Possibly even whether or not one of the alphas, this Litleo, or the Fletchling, can be a shiny. Don't worry, I can outrun it. So right now we have this Esper right here, and this Litleo still wants to kill me. So the Alpha Esper, I think there were 2 Alpha Litleos. I'm just gonna believe that. This is wild. This is absolutely wild. F the shiny Pidgey! Well, the Litleo is in a different place. Those 2 Litleo are the same. And no, there is no Alpha Esper. So, it is correct that it is resetting all of the Pokemon that could show up. So what I need to do now, which is the tedious part, you know, the part that I enjoy more than anything when shiny hunting on stream, to tediously, continuously do the same thing over and over and over again until maybe I have progress. I will be super happy that I caught a shiny Pikachu without even trying this stunt. But the idea is that the more times I reset, the more times things get reset, and the better, quote-unquote, the chances are of a shiny showing up. And if a shiny does show up in this area, you know, again, then it will remain a shiny, no matter what. It will not go away. Now, it would be ridiculous to think that you could just continuously do this, and every single Pokemon in this wild area would be shiny. I don't think it will get to that extent. Also, I feel like this is mondo important to mention, but I do not have the shiny charm. Yeah, Master Ball at level 49, I don't have that either. You don't get the shiny charm until level 50, so there's none of that. None of that is happening. This is all either pure luck or this stupid exploit. Sorry, that freaked me out for a moment. So, I'm gonna go back to not showing my face because you can only see me bored for so long. What I could do is... well, okay. Here's the thing. Time passes at a certain amount of time in-game. And I feel like if I'm continuously going up and down the stairs like this, then time is going to move a lot more slower. Litleo moved. I was thinking maybe I could do this until the in-game timer goes to night, but I think that's a bad idea. Just glance around. I'm gonna test one more thing out. Probably a Litleo's chasing after me right now. Yeah. Yeah, there he is. No shiny Pikachus this time around, I'm kind of relieved. So, no luck with the whole exploit thing, so I guess I'm just gonna go up and down the stairs some more. I'm still beside myself about Pikachu. I'm still beyond beside myself about Pikachu. I do want to note that I tried this with Pidgey at one point. So as soon as I knew the Pidgey ran away, turn down your speakers for a second again. No. That I tried to reset my game thinking that day and night would autosave. It did not, but I technically saved just after I left the gate. So, it was night here. I was at gate number 6, and thus that's when I failed the shiny Pidgey. So then I reset the game, accidentally went into gate 6 again, went back to try to find this shiny Pidgey, and it was not there. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, which was why I was not even sure, that I was going to get shiny Pikachu to show up again when I saved in front of him. But it worked. Somehow or another, it worked. Because I guess I was close enough. That spawn was insane. I was not even paying attention to the Pidgeys. And I just ran in front of them, and I barely had the volume on. But I saw the sparkles, I panicked, and then when I started trying to chuck one of the Pokeballs in a random direction, they all flew away. But I did have to check back the footage to make sure I wasn't crazy, that it wasn't a shiny, and it was. So rip Pidgey, hallelujah to Pikachu though. Now I can get a shiny Raichu that can Mega Evolve. And I guess this is a good time to mention this. I'm gonna mention it again on my main channel, We To Play, the Bench Busters of YouTube. That's not the whole entire title, but excuse me, that's not what the title is, just We To Play. Jokes aside, I'm going to mention the fact that I was super wrong about when the DLC comes out. Game Freak was just saying that you can purchase the DLC on the first day of the game's release. Not that the DLC was available on the first day of release. And that was my mistake. I thought the DLC you could already play right from the start. Which makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense in a marketing situation, because Game Freak wants to market and show off why you should be interested in this DLC. And just showing you Hoopa and 2 Raichu evolutions, Mega Evolutions, isn't going to be enough to entice people. So it was my mistake to think Game Freak would even consider shadow dropping their Pokemon Legends ZA DLC for the, what was it called? Something about interdimensional rifts or something. On day 1. Of course they need time to flesh it out. Of course they need time to make sure it's in proper working order. before releasing a trailer at some point, which it sounds like this DLC is gonna come out in December. They need to put up a video, showcasing the gameplay for the DLC. I just didn't think Game Freak was actually doing that, which makes no sense. But anyway, Shiny Raichu, I'll be able to use it for the Mega Evolution in the DLC. Woo! Alright, I think that's enough of that. Let's see if any of them are shiny. There's like no Pokemon in this section. Kind of crazy. Nope. I think I just ran my luck dry with that Pikachu encounter. But persistence, perseverance, a little stupidity, and I'll add a fourth thing, tediism, will eventually land me a second shiny of the day. I don't know when it's gonna happen. I don't know how long it will take for it to happen. I only have so much time before life smacks me in the face again with a tombstone. But it should and hopefully will happen before I have to stop this stream. I'll just have to see what, happens. One of the best case scenarios is if one of these two alpha Pokemon, the Fletchling or the Litleo, are shiny. That'll just happen right away. Once again, I can test just throwing what is possibly the weakest Pokeball in the game at the Pokemon. Heck, if there were Beast Balls, I would just toss one of those. Because it sounds like... Because I'm gonna assume the Pikachu I first threw a Pokeball at before I fainted, and before I reset the game today for that shiny Pikachu, I'm going to assume that the first Pikachu I threw a ball at was not shiny. They're really hard to tell the difference, especially, considering the size of them. If I have them side by side, I could tell you which one, had the darker orange color, I guess. But in that moment of panic, I just couldn't really differentiate the two. So what would be great is if I could test throwing a Premier Ball and Alpha Shiny Pokemon. And that for sure will tell me whether or not any shiny Pokemon doesn't need to be battled to be caught. Also, I don't know where I would showcase this. I have no Canary dolls. Not a single one. If there is a single Canary doll that makes it more likely for me to catch a Pokemon, increases my odds of catching a Pokemon, I do not have that to this day at all. Also, again, don't have the Master Ball. These are all the balls I have. I wouldn't throw Master Ball at any regular Pokemon, that's for sure. So, while showcasing all these things that probably have absolutely nothing to do with the topic I am currently trying to talk about, there is nothing I have in my inventory that increases the odds of me catching a single Pokemon. Not a one. I wish I had something like that, but at the same time, that would make things way too easy. And by the way, I'm not going to showcase this, but I've got all but 2 Pokemon in my Pokédex, meaning I'm only missing 2 Pokemon to have a completed Pokédex of the Kalos region in Lumio City. Yes, I will use those Mega Shards at some point. But, yeah, if you see a Premier Ball make contact with a shiny Pokemon and somehow, in quotation marks, I end up catching it, no, I have no further buffs to make that actually happen. I am working with the game's regular mechanics that you get at the very beginning of the game. I might have finished the game, but that doesn't mean that I have an increased chance of catching said Pokemon. Trust me, if you found Beldum at some point, it takes flippin' forever for one of them to even decide to go into your Ultra Ball. And of course, if you defeat the Pokemon and it breaks out after you defeat it, then it's just gone. You have to reset the whole thing all over again, or, you know, wait for them to show up. So, catching Beldum was not fun in the slightest. Sorry about some of these other spoilers, but again, if you saw the title screen, then I hope you know what you're in for, because, you don't get that title screen until you have finished the main story of the game. There's also treasures, I guess, but wow, I've almost maxed out on tiny mushrooms. I guess I should do something about that. Wait. Okay, alright. So, I guess I kinda lied, but this is something you get in-game. But all it's doing is increasing the experience points that my Pokemon gets. That's fine. It's not helping me catch Pokemon. I thought this was given to one of the characters who, you know, wanted the Kanari plush. I have not spent a single one of my... Did it even show how many I had? I forgot where that was. Colorful screws. I haven't spent a single colorful screw. I've got 87 of them. I'm assuming, since it's been that small of a number, that there are 100 in total? I'm guessing? I know I don't have every single every single colorful screw. But I feel like I'm pretty darn close. So... yeah, that was my whole giant 5-minute demonstration of how I don't have any Kanari dolls that are going to help me catch Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed that. I feel like I've done this before. Deja vu. Old habits die hard, or never go away ever. Alright, that's enough stare exercises. Let's check to see if there's any shinies. I just need one. Aside from that Pikachu, which does not count, I just need one more shiny Pokemon. What was that? Oh. Okay, well, I might divert for a second. Let me just check something. I've got a bunch of alphas. Including flowers. So, where are all the flowers? Where are all the Flabebe? Well, I guess I got Florges, but... none of the others. Alright. Let's tusk then. Could just use the Great Ball, maybe. Nowadays, I just use, whatever. Oh my gosh, it's finally turning night. I'll just continue the stair exercises until it turns nighttime. Hopefully I get enough area resets in that it feels like it'll be worth my time to divert and look around. We'll just have to see. We're only 25 minutes into this, and I spent like a good 10 minutes wasting your time with stuff that has nothing to do with shiny hunting. You know, the process of shiny hunting. So, my bad. But now I am in this for good. I am not to stop this stream until I get one more shiny Pokemon from this exploit. Or worst case scenario, I run out of time. And that will be at 4 p.m. because I'm just not allowed to rest for a couple of hours without someone calling me. One day I'm gonna go back to that hotel and I'm not gonna tell anyone that I went, so there'll be at least 2 days when no one will ever get in contact with me or know where I'm at. Unless they know that I went to that hotel and know which room I went into, which I'm not gonna say what the room number is. Most of the time you would think that they would give you any room number, so it wouldn't even matter in that case. But, the government are nice people, to say it as vaguely as possible. So now I don't have money for food. So thank you, government. Thank you so much. It's gonna be so much harder to go Christmas shopping when I have to use that money to keep myself alive. Really appreciate it. Feels like we're back to the caveman era. Just with computers that break within 5 years. However, I will adapt to it as I have adapted to many stupid things that have happened in my life. And on that note, back to shiny hunting. I mean, there's not really much to see here. I'm just trying to be more healthy in the game than I am in real life. See, I could take jabs at myself. I'm not afraid to criticize my own life while I'm playing this video game. Maybe I could have gotten a 6-pack if I took exercising seriously. I don't want that. I think my body shape looks good as it is. But who knows, maybe if I'd made different decisions in life, I could have been just this musclehead. I'm not gonna worry about that. I am just adapting to and trying to enjoy the life that I do have, the choices that I have made. And I don't completely hate all my decisions. Like, video games, depending on what I'm playing and depending why I'm playing it, has been such a great escapism, thing to use. So there's just certain days where it's like, I just do not want to be social at all. At all. computer, real life, phone, don't care. I just want to have time to myself to get lost in the fantastical world that is not this one. And by this one, I mean the one that's not on your screen right now. Might as well just mention a few other stupid things for the sake of stupidity. There is a part of me that would love to travel. One of my favorite reality shows is called The Amazing Race. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend you watch it. With reality shows, a lot of it has to do with drama and backstabbing and blah blah blah. There's some of that in Amazing Race, but for the most part, you get to see all these other different destinations and all these cultures and these challenges that kind of have to do with the destinations. It's just a lot you can take in, but it's stuff that I could never hope to see in my own hometown. And I'm just stuck in this town. I don't have the money to go to driver's school. I don't have the money to buy a car. And I will be bluntly honest, I don't think I have the skills capable enough for me to safely drive a car. Just buses and bikes the entire time. So with that said, I don't have hardly much money to do much of anything except buy more video games, which is just getting more expensive, so great. I'm super happy about that. There goes the red Flabébé. Rip that dream. But sometimes I just feel like I would like to travel. Go to different places, maybe live in a completely different country. US has not been making me very happy to be an American this year. So, it is what it is. I won't go any further into that. But I just feel so stuck in my own hometown. And it just doesn't feel like I can ever get out of it. And I hate that so much, especially, and I cannot stress this out, all the things I love about this hometown are all slowly starting to disappear. We used to have a local restaurant that had good food. Nah, son, COVID season hits and the people decide they're just gonna retire. Now it belongs to some fancy, smancy place that barely gives you any food for the amount of money that you pay. And even that place is closed down now. So, we basically got rid of a good restaurant with a good price range of what you could buy for your money, some bang for your buck in a way. Replaced it with a fancy one that barely gives you any food and doesn't taste nearly as good. And now the place might be a bank, who knows? GameStop turned into... Well, GameStop hasn't turned into anything yet. Pizza Hut, is now a bank. And I'm super not happy with that. There are way too many banks in my hometown now. Who needs that many banks? Our humble town now has a highway going through it, because there's always tourists in summer. And now we have to have, like, 24 different types of banks for these tourists. It just turns my stomach. I hate it. I hate it so much. Everything I love is disappearing right before my very eyes. I can't do anything about it. And I can't move away from this town, so I don't have to think about it. find greener pastures somewhere, which is kind of hard to believe because a lot more of the places in North America are just way worse when it comes to crime and natural disasters. So, again, I feel so stuck, and I'm just not sure what to do about it. I'm not sure there is anything I can do about it. And that's what hurts the most, is that I'm seeing all the things that I do adore about this town I cannot escape from disappear. I am living in a dying town, a town that no longer has the history and the charm it used to have, because big businessmen think, oh, this is the perfect place for me to live outside of New York. Sorry I went into another rant. I just do that when I'm doing nothing important. Nothing that makes me excited. I'm excited when I find a shiny Pokemon, but trying to get there? No. Super tedious. That's why I like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet the most with shiny hunting. I would say arguably over this game. Yes, there's no shiny jingle that plays when you're near the Pokemon, but there will be a chance that you will find a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Legends ZA, and you will not be able to reach it. For whatever reason, you may not be able to reach that Pokemon. Now, considering the fact that the rumor is that the shiny Pokemon just never disappears once it's on the screen, which I argue is not the case because I never got that Pidgey. We can look at every single Pokemon in my list because I got nothing better to flip and do. I just am not 110% confident that I believe that once a shiny Pokemon is in Lumio City, that it stays in Lumio City. Therefore, it does not disappear, no matter what. Unless you fail to capture, unless you make it faint and you don't catch it, that it is just always going to be there. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. Sorry if I'm scrolling a little too quickly. I don't think there is a way for me to search for only shiny Pokemon. It'd be nice if you could. You can do that with Pokemon Home. But you know, not with any of the other games where it might be important. What do you think, Fletchline? That's what I thought. You're angry about it too. Or, you know, just angry that I'm continuously invade your perching spot. This is clearly your tower. Didn't belong to humans at all at one point. Don't worry about that. But it just aggravates me, honestly, the things that happen around me and the things I have to put up with. It drains the life out of me. Which is surprising because I still look pretty young for a 38-year-old, I would say. Yes, I am 38. I was born in 1987. I'll joke about it, but I don't want to think too much more about than that, because then I might actually age. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm stuck in a town that I have no way that I can leave. without someone driving me outside the town. Even then, I don't have the money to purchase a house. I don't have anyone that I can stay with if I were to ever become homeless. And good gravy, if that happens, that'll probably be the end of my life. I'm not necessarily trying to associate with anything, but my life will never be the same if I become homeless. And it will be so hard to deal with something like that. I'm sure I would adapt to it, and I'm sorry I'm just bringing up all these depressing things, but when I am not doing something that I enjoy, my mind wanders, and it can wander in some dark places. So, please put the sun out of its misery, so I can wander around aimlessly at night looking for things that sparkle. So I gotta have something to obsess over. Otherwise, I'll have nothing. Is that Flabébé still there? Or did it just show up again? I swear it showed up a second time as well. I'm just gonna sit here. Hi. No, the flip. Are you kidding me? I was tempted to throw a premiere ball at the Litlia's head. It would have been kind of funny. Kind of. So I guess the Flabébé's not going away. Oh, that didn't work. Run! I was waiting for Lilia to just stare me down. Ah, jeez. Is it gonna still be awake? That would be incredible. No. What about the Flabébé? Is the alpha still somewhere? It's been way too convenient that alpha has shown up way more times than it is not. I don't know, maybe it was just a coincidence. Because the Alpha Esper left. It wasn't a shiny, but it certainly left. Along with the second Alpha Litleo. So I think it was just a coincidence that we got as many Alpha Flabébé red flowers as we did, I guess. So I can't really think of anything else at this point. Bored. And I'm still not sure if this nighttime daytime transition will keep a Pokemon from disappearing, shiny or otherwise. 2 alphas. Oh yes. Oh, and there's an Alpha Pikachu. Oh, absolutely wonderful. Everything here is going to kill me. And yet there are no shinies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That shiny Pikachu is looking better and better by the minute. Soon to be hours. If I hold down, yeah. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna use this opportunity to just continuously do this while I'm looking up online all the best ways to shiny hunt in Pokemon Legends EA. Hopefully without them spoiling anything. I mean, considering how far into the game I am and the fact I only have 2 Pokemon left over. Try to guess which one's a Pokemon X and Y. The spin-off I could be talking about. Regardless, I want to try to figure out why people might be calling this the easiest game to shiny hunt in, because I don't see it right now. The shiny Pikachu is pure luck, a fluke, if you will. Shiny hunting methods in... I can't wait for one of the alphas to shine and for me to not react in time. Pokemon Legends, not Arceus, Z. Don't want a video, I want pure typing, pure writing. And I probably don't want Reddit, honestly. Let's see. More method. I'll read this one out loud because it sounds like it's a super fun paragraph. The Pokemon Legends ZA Shiny Hunting Door Method Fast Travel Method Duplication Glitch. What duplication? Legends ZA has a few different shiny hunting methods, some of which are incredibly easy. Pokemon Legends ZA doesn't have any specific in-game mechanics that make shiny Pokemon appear more likely than the shiny charm, but that doesn't mean there aren't other ways to increase the odds. Oh dear, my phone is going off. Rip everything. I'm gonna mute myself. Yeah. I'm back, I guess. Hopefully... Oh, I forgot to grab my phone. Hopefully that will be the only phone call I will get the rest of the day. Up until 4 when I am to go to someone else's place to do other things I didn't agree to do. But whatever. Depending on the phone call, I might ignore it. I might mute the phone, so don't try me. You know who you are. Anyways. It is almost nighttime. That message is still on the screen, so, yeah, this is going just about as well as I thought it would. Again, the Pikachu is a blessing from Arceus. Did not have to find that shiny Pikachu at all. It was never, ever, ever scripted to happen. All I wanted to do was just talk to the shiny Alolan Raichu. And, maybe get some Mega Stones and do some other post-game stuff. Never planned on finding a shiny Pikachu. Especially when just starting this silly little challenge. Alright, so I had to try to remember what I was talking about, and luckily I have a document right here that I was looking at on the internet. Hooray! So it's saying that Legend ZA has different... It will explain the current Pokemon Legends ZA shiny hunting methods that have been found and some of the best spots in the map to shiny hunt Pokemon. Don't you test me either, OBS. The most consistent, if somewhat laborious, I'm guessing that means tedious, Pokemon Legends ZA shiny hunting method is the fast travel method. This is exactly what it sounds like. The reason this works is that every time you fast travel, it causes the Pokemon spawns to cycle in Pokemon Legends ZA, ergo what I'm doing right now. It involves the chance of the new Pokemon being shiny. Literally all you have to do is find a fast travel spot that is under 50 meters from the spawn you want to shiny hunt for. Interesting. And then continue to fast travel to it over and over. You don't even necessarily have to check each time if the shiny Pokemon spawn, as it won't disappear. What makes this method more overpowered is that shiny Pokemon only despawn once 10 or more shiny Pokemon appear. Okay, so what I just theoretically mentioned wouldn't even be possible. Oh, it's night. Alright, well, I don't feel like I've done my stair regimen quite enough times. But you know what? If there are any shiny Pokemon, I'm just gonna look around at nighttime to see if they show up. And I don't mean just... What do you mean it can't be saved? Okay, hold on. Hold on. No, stop chasing me. Stop chasing me. Stop it. Stop it now. Stop this. Okay. It can't be saved. There, jeez. Okay, so there's a shiny Lilio on the screen. What we're going to do, is my camera on? Okay, thank goodness. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up the stupid stairs where all the Pokemon will reset again. But if this works correctly, if there isn't quote-unquote 10 different shinies in Lumio City, Yeah. One shiny lit Leo to go. Boom. Now, as I was going to say, I'm going to check all over the city to see if there are any other shinies. So daytime, I do my stupid stare thing. And nighttime, I guess I could just search around. Technically, I got what I wanted. But, now it intrigues me that up to 10 shinies can be in Lumio City. So you know what? Let's test that theory too. I've got no time. Excuse me, I got nothing bad to do with my time. There is a Hawlucha up there. It'd be really crazy if we could get a... That's not shiny. Those aren't shiny. Also, I'm gonna save. Knock it off. No. I save now. Thank you. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to see this Dizzy Shuppet. What happens? We scared off all the Pidgeys, but I don't think any of them were shiny. Should be fine. Let's see if I can find more than just that one shiny lit Leo. Because the idea of there being 10 individual shinies that can stay in Lumio City until another shiny... Huh? I heard an alpha somewhere. I have no clue where it was. That's nice. Anyways, the idea that there could be 10 different shinies that could be in Lumio City before another one spawns and replaces one of those, means that if you are really, really, really lucky, you can have 10 shiny Pokemon that you just search for in Lumio City. And supposedly they don't disappear. I think I still... I think I still want to test that even further beyond Plus Ultra. Here, aside. I just don't know. I don't know. I want to test all this stuff out. I don't have the shiny charm, so the odds of there being 10 shinies in Lumio City right now are probably false. They're probably not great odds at all, but hey, if there's a chance, why wait? Let's just see. Well, they proved that you can still encounter the shiny via Scarlet and Violet by saving in front of the shiny, and it will still be shiny when you see it. Scarlet and Violet, if you go a certain distance away from the shiny Pokemon. They did just say 10 something, by the way. I just don't remember exactly what the number was. Shiny Honedge would be incredible. I'd go and spoil the fact that I would love to find a shiny Litwick somewhere. That is like the most Honedge I have ever seen in this area. I spent way too long trying to find Honedge. And there's just 2 of them here right now. Very cool. Wish that would have happened when I first was looking for Honedge. Now, I'm going to guess this 10 per area, 10 per zone, not that zone. Only shows up in Lumio City. That doesn't include any side areas that are technically, I can't say outside the city, but just kind of not part of the Lumio City hub area. They're their own sections. Anyways, I'm back here again. Very cool. And dawn is already approaching. So I will give myself one more day to night cycle to see if I find any other shiny Pokemon. And if not, I will stop off the stream. I got what I wanted. Maybe I could be a little too impatient because that only took like about an hour to happen, but sometimes when I feel skeptical about something, and especially when I'm not multitasking, watching something else while playing a game, it feels like it takes a lot longer than it actually does, I guess. So that's just my assumption, or my way of trying to explain it. Very poorly, I may add. I already tried to get that Pokeball. Be on top of a building to get that. Oh, back here. You know what? It would be super fun to see a shiny in this section. It's a little early for me to be showing off this section because I made a completely separate video of me literally obsessing over this section. The alphas are shinies. That Charmander's not shiny. Bummers. I would absolutely love to have Daint early in this game. My shiny Charizard male. But no, doesn't look like there's anything here. So now I have one cycle of a day in game to try to see if I can find any other shiny Pokemon without doing the stairs thing. So I did the stairs thing enough times. But let me finish reading off what it says. So, simple terms. The most recent 10 shiny Pokemon that appeared in the game will remain where they are until they are interacted with, caught, battled, knocked out, or an 11th shiny appears, thus knocking out one of the venue. After about an hour, we found 5 shiny Pokemon between Wild Zones 16 and 5. If you've explored shiny hunting in Pokemon Legends ZA, you probably heard about the door method, which was kind of what I was doing, I guess. This method, as you may have guessed, involves running through certain doors over and over again in order to set spawns in the area. Most well-known one is Wild Zone 3. What did I just say? Head to the stairs. Simply hold down your left stick via whichever means you prefer. Be that rubber bands or simply holding the stick down and turning the controller upside down. Doing this will reset spawns for 50 meters around your character. I don't know how much. That is roughly the entire Wild Zone. The only Pokemon in this Wild Zone that aren't caught in this radius are the 2 Pikachu that spawn at the far end of the Wild Zone. Okay. Got a shiny Pikachu anyway, so whatever. Not only that, but Pokemon that are on the rooftops to the left of our red marker in the image are also affected. Meaning you could get a shiny Bidoof, Pavilion, and more. Simply take the Hall of Air up to the roof and listen for that shiny noise. There's a bench method. Involves resetting spawns by using the benches to cycle day to night, but that is a slower method. if you can automate it with a turbo controller, I'm not gonna promote that, or get good enough to do it without looking, you can quickly cycle all the spawns in a 50-meter radius. I wish it would tell me how much 50 meters is. There's the teleporter method, spoilers, but, Pokemon in Los Andre Labs. Teleports send you to the area and allows you to find all these shinies. You can do the door method at the start of the area, however there are a few Pokemon that can be revolved via this Pokemon Legends ZA shiny method, hunting method. Well, the teleports are certainly a lot faster. And then there's the duplication glitch. I might read this to myself, because this might get patched out. Let's see. Huh? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. That's crazy. Alright, well, I think I've read all I need to and probably learned too much at the same darn time. I accidentally clicked an AI thing. So, let's just, pull this back a little bit. It's very possible I went too far from my 50-meter radius. Back to Area 3 and just look up on the rooftops. Now, it kind of sounds like, thank you Weeb and Bell for blocking my way, it kind of sounds like I already checked all the areas around Area 3 for there to potentially be a shiny. But I will try to cover all my bases. First, we need to find Area 3. Nope, it's not over there. I'm so smart. I don't know if the Pokemon would despawn. Let's close this. I'm pretty sure I saved after catching Litleo at some point. All this is doing is just kind of reloading me back to that night. But I should have the shiny Litleo. Now, regardless of what else was said, yeah, it's nighttime. I was joking. I was joking. Game, I was joking. Oh my gosh, game don't care. Okay, so Area 3 is over here. So, once again, there's not going to be any other Pokemon in this section that are shiny. Ooh, that's a good place to look, though. That Pidgeot and Spritzee are definitely not shiny. You can tell the difference. Ow. Thank you. That hurt. I didn't grab this? Can we try that one more time, please? Okay, very cool. really appreciate you, Geode. Oh, stop! Well, now I'm down here. You certainly can't get me down here. Oh, jeez. Oh, good, a ladder. My favorite thing. So I believe this is still close enough to... No, it's not. No, it's not. I think I'm way further from Area 3 than I thought I was. Which makes me question, if I leave the 10-meter radius where a shiny Pokemon can show up, do they just all disappear? No, the area's right here. Alright, cool. So this is the rooftops I think they were talking about. Why it doesn't affect the Pikachu, which are clearly closer to that 10-foot area versus anything on these rooftops. I have no clue. I'll test it. Again, got nothing else better to do with my time. I got a shiny Litleo and a shiny Pikachu. Why should I be complaining at all? Some people don't get any shinies. So, there you go. If I wasn't so paranoid about losing out to that shiny Litleo, I would have tested some other things. Because I know now that I can save in front of a shiny, let alone a freaking Shuppet that I chuckle all over. Sorry, not sorry. That the shiny still stays shiny and still saves on my screen when I quit out of the game. Certainly got some things I can try out now that, might sound a little dubious. But, you know what? There's a chance. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. I don't have regrets. Don't wait for something to go away before you consider wanting to try something out. So once it's gone, it is gone. There's nothing you can do about that. This is the, Sushi High Roller Cafe, isn't it? Not cafe. Sushi High Roller Restaurant. Also, I'm going way too far away. So there's a lot of things for me to try. Stuff that would be kind of interesting to test out. And it doesn't help that this whole building now has the shroud of humans wanting to beat each other up with their Pokemon. But if the area wasn't a battle zone right now, it's possible there could be shiny Pokemon there. If there's a case that there would be a shiny Pokemon there while the battle zone's in effect, would the shiny Pokemon go away once the battle zone is gone, or would it just respawn back in the battle zone? I don't know. I feel like there could still be more tests done to see what exactly are the limitations to Pokemon Legends ZA. Because it sounds like some people have already done quite a few tests. I'm just doing some for my own personal gain. At the very least, it's nice that I can save in front of a shiny and it won't go away. I need to get used to doing that more, including on Scarlet and Violet. Okay, well, I thought it was about to become daytime. Okay, there it goes. See, I'll just look up at the red lights, and they will go away in the next day cycle. Hooray! Will there be any shiny Pokemon there at all? Probably not. But that's what I'm here to find out. So considering this 10-meter radius thing and me not being good at math, considering what I did read, I think it's safe to say that I can't go too far outside of Wild Zone 3 if I'm gonna find any sparkling wands. So if it's not on top of one of these buildings around this green circle, then there aren't any other shiny Pokemon to find via that method. So it's not the entirety of Lumio City, it's 10 meters of wherever you are. The center of a 10-meter radius. I don't know what I was gonna say there, actually. Sorry. I tried to make it as clear and concise as possible. Probably not good enough, but I've got a vague idea how this works now. I don't think I feel like running in the doors 100 times to find shiny Pokemon. Hello, Absol. It is an option if I wanted to do that. Specifically, if I was doing a shiny per day thing. I don't know if I were to do something like that. It's totally not like I didn't try to do that already. But 365 days of looking for a shiny? Sure, I could use the stupid door teleporter method. Telepars from Balan Wonderworld. You didn't see that one coming, did ya? Well, now I'm near a graveyard, so I think this one is dead. LOL. So I think I got what I wanted out of this, and more! That Pikachu, again, was a freebie. I will happily take freebies. But I don't think, considering I don't have a shiny charm, I do not believe my luck. I do not believe my luck is exactly what I was about to say. First time seeing an alpha Pampor. And I might not ever get to see another one. Is there a way to reach that roof at all from where I'm at? Or is that a dead dream? Hi, agency. One day I'll check up on you again. How did I even get up there to begin with? That would be super nice to remember. I was just jumping around, hoping to find something, and there it was! Yeah, I don't remember how I got there in the first place, so that's not great. I think I was making jokes about the graveyard, so this is not the graveyard. It's over here. Aha! There you are. The worst case scenario is that Pampor is gone and that I did not save when it was there. Ah! No! Bring back Pampor! I don't want Panseer. Nobody wants Panseer. Bring back Panpour. I'm so mad. Still don't even know how I'd reach that rooftop. Okay, well, I see one section. I'm not certain you could still reach that from here. Okay, well, I've used up a lot of your time, but you're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit longer. So I will do further test. How would it even be possible to get up there? They don't give you any further upgrades on your Votom phone's flight abilities, right? Now I have to say, we gotta revive. Is there any elevators, any ladders, anything that would get me closer to that rooftop? Because you can get there because there's a flippin' colorful screw there. Aha! I don't know if this is close enough or not, but it's the best I got at the moment. Oh, I'm back here again. Cool. Should put a pin in where that location was. No, I have no clue where I'm at! Why? Well, that's what I was kind of saying I need to save. Why can't I stop playing this game? Pokemon, what have you done to me? You've actually turned me into an addict. It's not good. You should ban that like you did gambling. Well, it sounds like I probably would have had a bad chance if I was up there. So, there's my first mistake. I wonder how many more mistakes I'll make. Okay, hold on. Yeah, just like that. Hi, Cleffa. Okay, I'm gonna put a pin mark right there. Okay, that looks like I should be able to make that. No, not quite. This building could get me up there, maybe. If I investigate this building long enough. If there were a elevator or ladder that could get me up there. Sure, let's go into a wild zone and see how this could possibly go wrong. And... yeah, that would work. That would super, uber, duper, uber well. The Alpha Hair Cross. Just win in a circle. Yep. So I guess I would need to have to fly from this building. Isn't this traversal thing fun? I personally prefer Koraidon. Way more simpler. Okay, hold on, hold on. It might be possible. I might have found a way. Let's see. there. I think I can pull that off. Who knows? Maybe the game will be nice and give me an alpha Pampor. Oh yeah, there's a Spritzy. Is that Spritzy always there? Lucky me. So I was just at this building. I'm being chased, aren't I? Dang it, this is the building I want to get on top of. No! There's railings there. I can't do anything about that. Now I can't get back up. I'm so smart. There's the ladder again. See, imagine if one of those monkeys was a shiny. What if you couldn't get over to that spot at all? What would you do? What could you do? Could you do anything? Oh, that will work. I just need to do it correctly. That's the, This sucks. I need it to be Pampor now. Like, I won't accept anything other than Pampor. So that's the one monkey that apparently is the hardest to find. So, getting an alpha Pampor would probably be the best thing I could get, aside from some shiny, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one. Unless I'm making it hard for myself again, and trust me, I've done that before. I can't think of any other way to get to that building, to get that colorful screw, than to somehow levitate yourself on the railing and carefully walk across it. Not do that. By the way, vote on whether you want Electrike to evolve or not. It won't be able to use the Mega unless it does evolve. Let's try that again. Apparently, I'm gonna have to do more stupid hovering because I cannot get across the, parts of the fence that are a little higher than what I'm walking on. The poles, basically. I'm gonna save again. And this is gonna take some trial and error. Hope you enjoy that. Because I won't. I hate this so much. There has to be an easier way. It reminds me of Mario Kart World. Just stick with me for a moment. There was a Peach medallion that was, I think, on top of a haste pile. And I couldn't find any way to get to it. That seemed impossible to me. So my thought was, I have to wait for one of those stupid trucks with a ramp that is specifically a color that allows me to glide. And I have to go through trial and error to try to glide to this coin, to this Peach medallion, in order to pick it up. And I would say that is the worst Peach medallion of all times because it is based on random luck. But no, later on I found an area that you could get to in order to glide to said coin. So that's what I'd like to believe with Pokemon Legends ZA, that there's a way better way to get to that rooftop with the colorful screw than what I'm doing right now, because I don't think any filthy casuals are gonna do this. I really don't think anyone's gonna try this stunt. It's so bad. Oh, that was close. Save. I'm no filthy casual. I'm a guy who has too much time on his hand when I'm not devoting it to other people. And trust me, I'm not getting paid to do it either. I am an obsessive video game player who will go to great lengths and many headaches to try to do things that maybe most game developers didn't think you would try to do. Because sometimes I don't think there are other ways. Sometimes I don't think there are easier paths. You tell me how to get to that rooftop. You tell me! Oh, if I just walk slow, I can get across it. Alright, well that's my first mistake that I'll admit to. If you're running, yeah, it's gonna push you off, but if you walk slowly... Yeah, sure, you can clear that. What of it? Fine, game, fine. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Who in their right mind is trying to balance on this stupid railing to get to one single rooftop? No one. Absolutely no one. How are you supposed to get there? How? I already tried with the rooftop over there, and there's not... I'm just short. I can't climb... Yeah! You're making Pampor! I don't want Simmer. Well, I think I'm just going to loiter on the roof for a while, so, enjoy this nice scenery, and I will, catch you later.